Ask yourself questions about what is the reason behind my coming to this life, what I am doing to be an effective member in my community, until you reach your goal, which is to know your personal mission in life. So, let's get started with today's portion. Welcome to the world of success. I hope everyone is well, and let's start. Now, my dear, prepare for you the most beautiful cup of coffee or the drink you love, and focus with me carefully, because this video will make you avoid making a fatal mistake that you will not discover until after 60 years. In this video, my dear, we will know if your goal now is the real goal that you want to reach, or is this goal that you've in your mind now will destroy your life. But my dear, don't worry, we will know completely together if you are on the right path or not. And if you haven't, be glad you find this out now, so you don't regret it too late. My dear friend, the title of the day is one of the strongest titles ever, because only this can cause the destruction or success of your life. It is to begin with the end in your mind. Now, I want you to answer honestly to this question. Can you tell me what are the things that you can do in your life that you are not forced to do, but if you do them, it will make a huge difference in your life? Think carefully and take as much time as you want. Write your answer to me in the comments. Alright, now let's complete what we started based on this question. One of the best pieces of advice was given by Stephen Covey. If you want to write a list of your goals that you can do in your life, you should keep in mind that you have several rules in life. I mean, for example, your rule as a person, as a brother, as a mother, as a father, as a husband, and so on. There are many rules, of course, but there are also certainly 2 important or 3 rules in your life. My dear friend, you only have to focus now on 2 or 3 important rules, and you make a list of goals that, if you do, will make a huge difference in your life. And the goals are for each the important rules in your life. And you will discover with me by yourself that there are rules you didn't pay attention to before in your life, and at that time it was your duty to give attention to this rule. Let me tell you a truly unfortunate story, and you will understand what I mean. One person says that he was interested in a goal in his life, which all he wanted just to reach his goal and become a wealthy businessman. And at the same time, he had a very affectionate mother who understood him in all cases. And he, of course, loved his mother, but he put himself and his goals in the first place. The days passed, and his mother once calls him and tells him that she feels a severe headache and wants to go to the hospital to be reassured. But he didn't care much. So he said to her, "Well, when I finish my work, I will come later and take you myself." And it was from the son to act maliciously and cunningly and turn off his phone so that his mother wouldn't disturb him with her calls, as he had a meeting and very important deal. And during that, the mother was in severe pain, then she fainted. After a while, her neighbor knocked on the door and didn't find any answer, so she entered to find that she was lying down on the ground. She called the ambulance quickly and took her to the hospital. Even she tried to contact her son, but it's useless. In the meantime, the son was procrastinating about his mother's issue, and all his concern was the deal. And he said that he would talk to her after it ends. And when he opened the phone, he found dozens of missed calls, so he worried a little. But when he knew that his mother was in the hospital, he started running without thinking where he was going until he arrived. But he was shocked. His mother had suffered a stroke and she is now in the operating room. Then the doctors told him that he could go to get things for her. But on the way, the doctor called him and told him that his mother had passed away. Imagine with me, my dear, that he didn't have a farewell with her. Imagine the amount of regret that he had. Now, tell me, what did the important deal do? What did the money do here? From this story, you must, my dear, arrange your priorities and rules in life. Many of us focus on our role as a person and forget the rest of rules that have a price in our lives. Of course, you may be surprised and shocked that you didn't think in this way, but I tell you this is normal and we all do this. But the good thing is that you paid attention today and it's not too late. What I would like to say, my dear, is that it's possible for you to set very strong goals for you, but there are things in your life more valuable than the goal itself. Many of us, my dear, set goals that satisfy society. For example, he says that my goal in life is to become a doctor, and he starts working for 20 and 30 years on this. And after 30 years, he returns to discover that it's too late. So he wants to go back to his parents, finding them sick or even dead. He discovers that his relationship with his life partner has withered and burned. His relationship with his children has a very large gap that takes years to restore. Dale Carnegie tells you in his book How to Win Friends and Influence People, when you come to set a goal for you in your life, make sure that achieving this goal will not affect other goals or more valuable relationships in your life. So the solution is to define your rules in your life and build your goals on them. When you're working on your goal and something about your family or important relationships comes up, let go of what's in your hand. Free time for them and don't worry, because after a while you will arrive and you will be successful, and the precious relationships you will find exist. And of course, after 30 years, you will not regret. Since you knew how not to regret at the age of 60 and at the same time set your goals, let us know what our mission in this life. First of all, you have keep in your mind that knowing your personal message doesn't come within a day and night, and it will not be discovered easily. But you must, over a good period of time, think about it while asking yourself questions like, what is the reason behind my coming to this life? What do I do to be an active member in my society? And so on, until you reach your goal, which is to know your personal message in life. Did you know, my dear, that there is a big difference between your message in life and your goal in life? Your goal, as we all know, is something that satisfies us and satisfies ourselves, such as wealth and success. Where here is the message for which you were created, and your goals will fall under this message. The message of your life is the only thing that you should never get tired of doing in your life. So I said earlier, you must allocate enough time to think and to ask yourself questions to reach your message in life. In order to be able to write your personal life message, you must start from the center. And I mean the center, the source that provides us with security, guidance, wisdom, and strength. Security is about your sense of your value, identity, emotional anchorage, and self-esteem. Guidance means the source of direction in your life. As for wisdom, it's your perspective on life and your sense of balance. In addition to that, it includes correct judgment and understanding. Power is the ability to act. When these four factors come together, they create a noble, balanced personality. And let us, my dear, take the greatest role model and man ever known to humanity, our Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as his message was as clear as the sun. His message was the invitation to the Islam and to be a mercy to the world, regardless of the amount of fabrications, beatings, insults, and material temptation for him until he stops his message. And if he is like any other person, when he sees the types of smuggling and enticement, he stops what he is doing. But never. He was diligent and persistent despite all the painful circumstances that were around him. Even he said in a situation he had with his people after they seduced him with money and everything, "Wallahi, if they put the sun in my right and the moon in my left, on the condition that I leave this matter until Allah makes it victorious or I perish in it, I will not leave it." Dear friend, if you also want your friend to know this information and change his mentality, then don't scheme on him and send him this video. Always remember, my dear, that we were created with a purpose and a reason, so be a reason too. And if you see that you have benefited from me, don't hesitate to like and subscribe to the channel so that you can follow our new doses. And don't forget that I'm on Instagram. I post reel every day. Follow me there. I will put the link in the description. See you in a new and better portion.